Hello and welcome to another episode of the Get Out of Gaming podcast. I am one of your hosts, Ben,
I am Alex.
and this is our bi-weekly podcast where we talk about stuff we want to talk about, whether it's anime, movies, we want to talk about video games. We whatever we kind of want to talk about. Um, Last episode we talked about like summer movies and stuff we're looking forward to. So definitely go check that out. Uh, this podcast is every other week on Wednesdays. But also, we do a video version. So if you want to see us, go to YouTube, uh, go there. And as always, hit that follow and subscribe. It does a lot for us. And yeah, we love seeing things like that. So yeah, new episode, Alex. Um, are you excited for this one?
To find excited. No, I always go into pretty much every single episode the same way. Where I prepare and I forget everything while we're doing it, and then it's just you know, it's a dream. I never remember
It,
anything that we say. I always joke around.
I
I'm like, I hope I didn't say anything offensive because I have a performance brain where I just really don't remember what I say in an episode at all.
I remember in the early days we used to write a list of like, here's like this, and this. Um, and it was so stressful because we had to hit those like, oh, we got to move to this, got to do this, got to get everything in. Now it's so casual. It's super casual. I mean,
It is casual.
You made that comment about Carrot Top a
Yeah.
few weeks back, and he hasn't reached out. So you're good.
That's true. I'm not afraid of him yet, you know? Well, I gave him
If
like
you,
his best joke in the last 20 years, so I think he's fine.
I think Carrot Top's been. I don't think he's been funny since Rob Schneider did an actual movie.
And how long has it been since Rob Schneider's been funny?
Without Adam Sandler, never.
Yeah.
Uh, he was funny on SNL. I just don't think he's all of his movies now. I feel like they end up on like the free websites or YouTube or whatever, or he's in an Adam Sandler movie. That's usually the way it is.
What's Kevin James doing?
He just did that one movie, didn't he?
Did he? Oh yeah. Solo Mio.
Yeah,
I need to see that
yeah.
movie. I heard it did really well.
I think it's good for him to go outside of his like because he does a lot of comedies,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like this one was like a comedy rom com a little
Mm-hmm.
bit, which I think is good for him. Um, I always love when actors and actresses go out of what their normal thing is.
Mm-hmm.
Um, obviously, obviously, people like Kevin James kind of stick to their one thing, so it's nice. I think you're right. I think it did really well, and it got really good reviews.
What's your favorite Kevin James thing?
Oh,
I said thing because it doesn't have to be a movie.
I I really liked the movies he did with Adam Sandler.
Mm-hmm.
Um, though the ones where they're like they go visit their old hometown and what are those ones called?
Grown ups?
It's not Parent Trap. What's that?
Grown ups?
Grown Ups.
Yeah.
I like Grown Ups 1 and 2.
I hate those movies,
Um,
but anyway.
I really liked them, but basically those films are all of Adam Sandler's friends.
Yeah.
That's what those movies are.
Yeah.
Because everybody in there was a friend of of Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Um, I also liked him in the one where he was the teacher that was doing the MMA. That was a pretty fun
Is
movie.
that Here Comes the Boom?
Yep.
Okay, I've never seen that one.
Uh, it's funny. I think it's hilarious because you got people like Boss Rudin, who's like a real fighter that did bare knuckles in Japan,
Hmm.
and then you got Henry Winkler.
Okay. Huh.
Great film. I my oldest kids used to watch that all the time.
Huh.
Um, and it's got the funny stuff with like that, but like he did all of his own stunt work, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Um, I would say that's my. What about you? What's your like favorite?
It has to be King of Queens, the show, with Leah Remini and uh, what's his name? Jerry Stiller is in it. because he's the
Oh
dad.
yeah, I forgot he was in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always think of the clip where he's like, order from this small pizza joint called Domino's. You mean Domino's? Yeah. Say the number 812-474. Slower. 8. Okay. 1 6 teen. I can't go back. Whose fault is that? Just like very Jerry Stiller like comedy, just yelling, and it's very Seinfeld, you know. But no, I love, honestly, I love a lot of sitcoms from the early 2000s, because a lot of those just are fairly good. I was just having this conversation earlier today where I don't think Home Improvement would live up to um what I remember it being, because I feel
Yeah.
like there's a lot of not good jokes in it, not good story in it, and a lot of misogyny in it. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's just
I
the
mean, I think
time.
it's hilarious. That was my dad's favorite show for the
Yeah.
longest time. One show you should probably check out. I did watch the new Malcolm in the Middle. Life still isn't fair.
I watched that last night.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
I was upset there's only 4 episodes. I started watching it not knowing there's only 4 episodes.
And that's
I
it.
watched, yeah. I when that show was on, I think I caught a lot of reruns of
Mhm.
it, but like I didn't like watch every single season. Um, but I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was really good. They brought back like a huge percentage of the cast. Bryan Cranston, who has won several acting awards, um, it's funny see him doing all these things,
Mhm.
and then like this is what he's doing here. Um, you know, but like I liked it. I liked how everyone came back. Everyone was like the same before they left. Um, sorry if you hear that noise. I'm pretty sure it's thunder.
Yeah, there's
Um,
thunder over here too. Like we're barely in a storm area, but it was really loud. Like it shook my window.
I was wondering. I was wondering if you heard it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad you watched it. I liked what it was, and then it was over, and I was like, "When's the next episode come out?" And they're like, "Oh no, it's only like a 4 episode season."
Yeah, I saw some Frankie Muniz interviews and such, and essentially the project was originally a movie, so you can really see like, yeah, 4 episodes split up, like that's just a movie, so I can see how they got to that. But I really did enjoy it. I liked all the new characters. Even I liked seeing the old characters, what they're doing now. um there there wasn't a lot of Malcolm in the Malcolm in the Middle. I will say that he
Yeah.
wasn't really in this a lot, um, which is just kind of strange. But I guess maybe that's because normally there's there used to be 2 plots or 3 plots, which was, okay, here's Francis over in the army or whatever. Here's the kids, and then here are the parents. But now, because everyone's even more split up, here's Malcolm, here's the kids, and then here's the parents. And then even then, some other people were still split up too. So like, yeah, it just, there's a different dynamic there where there was less Malcolm because he wasn't just included in the kids section.
Yeah.
But I thought the person in like the person who played his daughter was doing really well. Girlfriend was hilarious. Everyone else in the show was hilarious. Yeah, Bryan Cranston. I think it's like episode 3 is hilarious.
Or he takes is that the one where he takes the drugs?
Yeah, well, he takes the drugs at like the end of episode 2, I think, and then 3 is like the huge like trip of like, oh, he's going through a metamorphosis and seeing his other self, his perfect Hal, and all that. But yeah, it was very good. I appreciate it when a show can do a reboot or a revisit very well. So kudos to you. Life is still unfair, because that was very good. For sure. I did want to bring something up because I know we were talking about other stuff here. Did you see? Because I feel like I have to tell it. Did you see the live action Gundam casting?
I did.
Yeah.
Um, I, and I'm gonna say this:
I
I
only
have
know
not
one of
watched
these
the
people.
right. I don't. I didn't know anybody. I guess my thought is like when I've not watched One Piece, but I guess it's pretty popular. When are we gonna learn that just sometimes live action, like anime and stuff like that, doesn't translate? Or like to me, but I think we talked a while ago where I love Full Metal Alchemist. I tried watching the live action, and I was like, I don't like this at all. Or I got into one episode of Cowboy Bebop, and I was like, I'm not enjoying this. This is not
Yeah, and that's interesting that you say that because you brought up two different examples because people always blame Western adaptations and like no, it's mostly any live action because the Full Metals that you're talking about, there's Rurouni Kenshin as well. There's Attack on
yeah.
Titan. Like there are live action Japanese products and they're not good.
Dragon
They're
Ball Evolution.
yeah, Dragon Ball Evolution, yeah. So a lot of those just are generally just not good. So it's not a fault
Right.
of Americanizing things. Like yeah, it can be, but my concern as a man who's gone through not a whole lot of Gundam, but I would say the good like a good chunk, a big enough chunk I would say to have a little bit of informed opinion. Um, as long as they're not trying to adapt something specific, it's probably
Right.
fine. It's not gonna be good, I feel, but it'll be fine. So like, there's something called G Savior. It's a Canadian uh movie that happened for one of the anniversaries of Gundam, and it's live action, and it is yeah, it's Canadian, so it's people speaking English and yeah, Americanized, Canadianized, I guess. Um, and it's okay. Like it's not bad. It really
Right.
just feels like an episode of like a worse episode of Next Generation or something like that. Like you can do an okay sci-fi film and attach Gundam to it and it'll probably be fine as long as it's its own thing and do whatever. But because you're clearly trying to attach big names to this, it's leaning towards you're probably going to try to do something spectacular or you're going to try to do something that is an adaptation. And I think that isn't a safe move because there are so many different. There's
Right.
Universal Century. There's other centuries like where alternate universes and stuff where Gundam can happen at any time at this point. Like you don't have to. This isn't Evangelion. Granted, Evangelion is doing this here soon with what's his face, Yoko Taro. But wow, that rain is heavy and loud. But like yeah, you can do Gundam pretty much any way, and as long as you just like keep it its own separate thing.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. It's like, um, I don't feel like we need to live action all these. Um, like what was it? I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Like the only time I thought was Gundam was like awesome in like a live actionish movie was Ready Player One. Other than that scene where he transformed into the Gundam was pretty cool. Um, but like I just don't know, and I have yet to see a anime in live action that was I really liked. I know they're working on My Hero Academia.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I just I don't know, man. I just don't think it works. And the One Piece may be good. I've watched one or two episodes of One Piece. Um, but I think when you're animating it, it brings like it brings more like if you look at the fights from Dragon Ball Super, right? Um, Superheroes, the movie, uh, doing those fight scenes in like real life to me is going to look like really weird and awkward. Now there is a guy out there that is doing like a Dragon Ball like thing through AI. I know people how people feel about AI, but the story is really well done. But yeah, I guess for me, I saw the cast and I was like, we'll see how this goes. Um, I wasn't like, oh man, which is hilarious because I love the Transformer movies, which were an animation that was brought to life.
Mm-hmm.
The He-Man movie looks great to me. Um, so I don't know. I just, me personally, all the anime ones I've tried to watch, I didn't like.
Yeah.
So I wondered if you were going to bring that up. I know we talked about topics, um, but as we're kind of talking about that, have you seen the new full Street Fighter trailer?
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen bits and pieces of it enough to where I would say that I've seen it. And I've also seen uh comparisons to like here's let's say here's Vega here, here's Vega from the old movie, here's this person here, here's Chun Li or whoever, here's that person here, or Cammy or whatever. Um, the more I see about this movie, the less I want to see it. Honestly, like I know
Yeah.
it's trying to be too campy, and Street Fighter is campy to a degree, but I feel like this is dialing it to 11. Like I think this is a little too much camp, and that could be the detriment to its detriment because I don't know, people like the camp from the first movie because I mean the first movie isn't really that good, so it's just stupid and campy. Whereas like this one is just trying to do that too
Right.
much, and yeah, I just don't think it's just because you're attaching all these big name actors to these things, and like yeah, they might do well at what they're doing. I fear that this is just going to be a cameo movie, and like where there's just like, oh, there's that person, oh, there's that person, and then the movie's done and there's no substance.
Yeah. I mean, I want to watch this, but I don't want to pay for it in theaters.
Yeah.
Um, it is funny looking at like this versus like Mortal Kombat because Mortal Kombat had its jokes, right? In their trailer, but it's obviously two different genres where no one dies in Street Fighter and people get cut in half and all kinds of stuff in the other. Now, they do have some pretty good martial artists in this film, so we'll kind of see there.
Yeah.
Um, I guess in the trailer, what got me was Eric Andre, isn't it?
Yeah, as like an announcer.
Yeah, and I'm like, ah, um, and the scene with Zangief when he did like the double, like, in the air and it's like very much CG.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Was I like, oh my gosh, I'm like super excited? I was like, eh. Um, now, which is hilarious because if you remember at the Video Game Awards in December, one of the actors was like, well, here comes the Mortal Kombat people from the movie. And they're like, oh, wait, they're not here or whatever he said.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know who's going to make more money, but
I
I'd be
think they're
very
spending
careful.
too much money on this film.
I agree. I think they're spending an awful lot of money to make it very campy and make it very, but you got to have a good story. You could be campy
Mm-hmm.
and have like, but you got to have a good story. And that's my fear is like, man, they're spending a ton of money. Um, Look at the Avatar films, right?
Yeah.
Each one after the first one has made less and less money.
Yeah.
I'm sure at this point Disney's like, God, we got to get these finished, man. James Cameron's killing us with these,
Yeah.
these people
Well, I
that,
remember he said like, what if was it the fourth or the third one or the fourth one didn't do as well, um then he would just have to release the rest of them as just books.
yeah. And I think that's going to happen because I remember watching the first one and I was like, okay, this is pretty good.
Mm.
Then I watched the second one and I was like, um, yes.
I've only seen the first one, and that was in theaters back when like 3D was a big thing. Like that was like the first 3D movie that you would see. Like what was that? 2008?
Yep.
Yeah. Um, and it was fine. It was okay. Like it was very much a borrowed movie script. Like people always joke around. It's just Alien Pocahontas because it kind of is. But it's it's not. It was a hype thing, but because you took so long, the hype died way too quickly. I think you would have gotten
Yep.
more out of this franchise if you did anything early enough, because how much of, like, yeah, when did the second one come out? 2022 or something?
Um,
Because like, yeah, like that's a huge gap in like how long uh these films are coming out, like in between each other. And like I understand 2 and 3 had to be filmed pretty closely together because the kids were just going to grow old. So they had to do all those
yeah.
scenes and film both of those films essentially at the same time.
Yeah. So the first one was 2009 in December.
Okay.
The second one was December 2022. And then we had that one just last year.
That's too long of time. That's too long a wait. That's
Yeah,
why your film's dying.
yeah, and then Disney, I know, paid a awful lot of money to own the rights to the franchise. They have a ride that doesn't work at Disney World,
Yeah.
or Disneyland.
Yeah, they stole the Bugs Life tree.
Yep. Thank you, Avatar. But like I don't know. It was funny because the second one showed up, the water one,
Mm-hmm.
and it was on Disney. And um, my wife was like, "Didn't they do a third one?" I said, "Yeah, it came out last year." She goes, "I totally forgot they did a third one." I said, "You and everyone else," because I remember when Avengers Endgame came out,
Mm-hmm.
and he re-released one because Endgame was going to beat the first Avatar's record, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but now that they're going to bring Endgame back into theaters, I guess there's some clues for the next Avengers movie or whatever that's in there.
Yeah.
Um, but like I just think it's hilarious because um, I and I'm not knocking on the films, okay? So if you're a listener and you love the films, that's great.
That's
When I
great, but
watched the
these
second one,
films suck.
is it better than China O'Brien? Yes, it is. Um,
Is it better than China O'Brien too? Mm.
yes. Wow. I mean, you watched both of them. I still feel like you're gonna make me watch something and you're like, now you gotta watch this. It's really not that good, but I love it. Um, Speaking of that, I was telling Alex that I want him to watch Problem Child 1 and 2 and then us talk about them in like a podcast. Have you seen any of those movies or just bits and pieces?
I've seen the first one a long time ago. Because yeah, I think we talked about this on a podcast. We talked about John Ritter
I
for a
think we did.
bit.
Yeah.
I don't remember the second one, but it's just one of those things where I'm just like, I know I'm not gonna enjoy this as an adult. Like, I get secondhand cringe, embarrassment, and like I hate seeing shows or movies with just like a horrible child, just like being mean and bad to parents, and just doing like just horrible stuff. And so like I feel like now I would just be like, I'm stressed out. This movie's stressing me out.
I mean, I bought these, I want to say last year. Um, Now, I have younger children who love these movies and they think they're hilarious, and some of the jokes are completely inappropriate.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I still feel like there's like, I don't know. I think we were talking about The Wizard the other day, how The Wizard is just like doesn't hold up in my mind as being like as good when I first watched it.
No.
Um, these ones I can watch and I still like them. I think all I gotta say is in the second one, there's the crazy cart ride. Um, Junior gets mad because he can't get on the ride; he's not tall enough, and all these kids make fun of him. So he goes behind, he turns it way up in speed, and it's like a 5-minute puking scene. where all these kids are just puking.
Yeah, I think I've seen that scene actually.
It's so hilarious. Guilford Godfrey's in both of them.
Mhm.
Uh, um, the first one is better than the second one, and it's funny because my kids are like, "Did they ever do a third one?" I'm like, "They did, but no one wants to watch it." It had different actors and actresses, and um, it's called Junior in Love, and it was like a totally different kid. Because again, they put this out like after Junior was like preteen.
Mhm.
Um, it's kind of like after you watch the first two Home Alones, you're like, "Oh my gosh, there's a third one," and you watch it, and you're like, "Ah, this is trash." Um, but yeah, I still think you should watch them. I know that you are next in line to give me a movie to watch, and you're like, "You got to watch this movie, whether it's good or bad." Uh, I know that you owe that to me, and I will watch it.
It's gonna be Nirvana the band, the show, the movie, because like I don't know if you're gonna like this film, and because I feel like it's a very when I saw the movie, I loved it for a lot of different reasons. But then after getting out of it, after watching it, I was like, why would anyone who doesn't know the show like this movie? I don't know.
Mm,
But then you hear about all these showings and these people go to these movie showings and are like, this is the greatest movie ever, and they have no context for Nirvana the band the
yeah,
show. So like it's possible you might love it. It's possible you might hate it. You might like parts of it. I think you are going to like enough of it to enjoy the film because it is a start to finish, good ride. But yeah, that Blu-ray comes out in the middle of May sometime. So I mean, I have it digitally, but like, yeah, that Blu-ray comes out in the middle of May. So at some point we
I
can,
mean, I'm open to watching these things.
yeah.
Um, I think before the podcast, we're talking about. I've been watching Rooster with Steve Carell.
Mm-hmm.
That's not my typical comedy that I watch, and maybe I've just matured in my age. Um, I thought a lot of that show was funny,
Yeah,
like downright hilarious,
yeah.
and so like I may enjoy this. Um, I still feel like you owe me one where you're like, "Hey, you're gonna watch this. It's not good, but I like it." Um, because I made you watch China O'Brien 1 and 2.
I don't know if I have one of those though. Like, here's an awful movie because I feel like if I have those, you've already seen it. Like
I
Ninja Turtles
mean,
3 or something like that, or Mario
uh,
Brothers.
I want to watch. I do want to watch your Mario Brothers that you own.
Mm-hmm.
It's been so long since I've watched it. Um, I think watching it under like a new, being older,
Mm-hmm.
because when I saw it, when I rented it, um, when did that come out? Is it 90?
92, I think.
I rented it. My dad rented it for me on VHS, and I watched it twice, and I just thought it was the coolest thing. Um,
93.
I thought that was the coolest thing, and I was in high school. So
I
I
was
wouldn't mind
one.
watching it.
I was
Yeah,
1 years old.
you sound like my wife when I'm like, "Hey, I'm a senior," and I was like, "Hey, I'm 21," and she's like, "I was in middle school."
Yeah.
Doesn't sound creepy at all. Um, but like, I wouldn't mind watching it again and then like giving like a new response to it. Obviously, watching the animated one with Chris Pratt, I'm like, okay, so this is everything I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when he had the Tanuki suit, I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the new one, which I have not seen, I'm sure I'll get nostalgic vibes and be like, oh, this is great.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I want to watch it again. And is it a bad movie? Yeah, probably. I think once a year or twice a year, I watch the original Street Fighter movie with Jean Claude Van Damme
Mm-hmm.
and the Weird Blanca, which
Yeah.
makes no sense for you know, and Zangief, who's not very smart in there.
Yeah.
My favorite thing is when they're watching the video of the truck roll down with the gas cans. He goes, "Quick, change the channel." Everyone stops and looks at him like, "Are you serious right now?"
Yeah.
Uh, I don't think they should have made him stupid. That's not on him.
No.
Um, on my list on Crunchyroll, I do have the Street Fighter animated show.
Mm-hmm.
That ought to be interesting to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, I did watch the old CG. I don't know if you even remember this, the Mortal Kombat cartoon that was done in like CG.
Yes. Mhm.
Yeah, I used to have that on VHS,
Of course you did.
and I loved it. I thought it was the best thing ever. I'm like, this is the coolest graphics I've ever seen. Now it's like, oh man, it's almost as bad as the Mortal Kombat live show.
It's like those kids who like swear that Reboot is a good show. Reboot's awful. I hate Reboot.
Do you see they just stream that like all day, 24 hours a day?
Yeah.
Uh, they have their own YouTube channel through, I can't remember who it was. Some people that do like Common Writer and stuff.
Shout
Um,
Factory.
yep, they just stream it all day. I never liked that show.
Here and I. It gives me Beast Wars vibes. Because like it was also just bad CG.
Yeah, I didn't really like Beast Wars either.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, enough nostalgia. Let's move on to. I know we wanted to talk about this. This is like our big kind of topic here. So Microsoft, the new person that's running Xbox, said that Game Pass is too high for gamers. So was it today or yesterday? I can't remember which day it
Today
was.
it came out.
So they did drop prices. So I'm trying to see.
I have it pulled up.
Okay, if you want to go through like what the price was for what level and like what
so
it is
the only
now.
two there's only two levels that went down, as far as I
Okay.
know. Ultimate was about $29.99. This is American prices, by the way, for US dollars. It was $29.99, now it's $22.99. And then PC Game Pass, it was $16.49, which is a weird number. Now it's $13.99 again. So there's that. They also took out Call of Duty. So
Yeah.
this upcoming year, the newest Call of Duty will not be in Game Pass. That makes a ton of sense. Call of Duty just sells. Like, why would you put that on Game Pass at all and then make everyone pay more? Like, people are just gonna buy their Call of Duty, or they're just gonna play Warzone for free. So, like, yeah.
Yeah, and I think if you look at what game company has had the worst year of ever, it's Xbox. They didn't have a ton of their stuff come out last year that was supposed to come out. They really pushed the Xbox everywhere, and their consoles not selling, which they just they raised them because of tariffs not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
Consoles not selling, and a lot of the big games that were only on Xbox are now on PlayStation. And I think I saw the other day that the Indiana Jones game is coming to Switch too.
Yeah,
if it's not already out. I know Alex and I have talked about on the podcast. I had the PC level, and I enjoyed it. I download games every now and then, and but I started off at $9.99 a month, and then it went to like $11.99 a month or $12.99, and then it was going to jump up to the 16. And for me, I was like, I don't think I want to pay for this anymore.
Yeah.
You know, which is good because I actually did Crunchyroll for a while monthly, and then updated to the full year plan when it was $100.
Yeah.
Which to me is a better investment of what I'm going to use. And I know at one point you had Game Pass too, didn't you?
I had Game Pass for a long while because I was using it for both my Xbox and PC. And then, yeah, once it got up to past $20, that's when I was like, no, I'm done, because I barely use this thing as it is. The last time I used it was when I played and beat Sea of Stars when it came out.
Yeah.
Because I was playing it on my Xbox and also playing it on my computer. Yeah, since I haven't used it since then. And then, yeah, I got rid of it pretty soon after that because it's just like, yeah, this is getting too expensive. I'm not using it. I thought about going to PC level, but then at that time, I wasn't even really playing PC games. And so I was just like, why would I do this? So I didn't do it at all. The price is enticing now, but I still don't care about Game Pass anymore.
Yeah.
I much rather buy games that I want to play through a summer sale or whatever, through Steam or physical games, stuff like that. But then to just have a subscription, unless the subscription is worth your buck. And like even without, um, I don't know, there's stupid stuff on this ultimate plan still because there's like Fortnite stuff and like all this other stuff on
Yeah,
it. Just get rid of all of that. Just give me just games. You don't have to give me Call of Duty. Just give me just games and none of the extra things. This would be like $16 a month again. And I'd
yeah,
be okay with paying that.
yeah. And I what I would do is when I had the PC, I got a ton of points just for logging in,
Yeah.
and then I would save those and buy like a $20 gift card or whatever. And when I was paying $9.99 a month, it would cover like almost 2 months of that service. So
Mm.
I would just wait and get like a big amount and buy a gift card. Um, for me, I still don't think the price for PC is a good enough price for me to sign back up. When we were playing Sea of Stars, we were both Ultimate. I remember, um, because I wanted to be able to switch between PC and my console whenever I needed to. Um, and now I own Sea of Stars on Switch, but
Same.
I I just don't think it's an enticing enough thing for me. Um, and I can tell you right now, the last time that we booted up the Xbox was for the kids to play Minecraft or something, which we own on multiple consoles. So I don't even, or to watch a movie. I think I was watching Fast and Furious the other day on Blu-ray.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, I don't think it's a good enough. To me, it's not a good enough deal for me to sign up. I'd be interested to see how many people come back. I still think that the Ultimate is too much money
Yeah.
at $22.99. The PC's better, but I still think you're right. Get rid of Fortnite. Get rid of. I think there was like a Ubisoft thing and there was an EA thing that you got with it. Just get rid of those.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Um,
I agree. Definitely.
but what I will say is I know her name's
Asha
what's her name?
Sharma.
Asha Sharma. I do feel for her coming in, everyone was like skeptical of like her. For her to come in and make like such a big adjustment super quick, that's a good sign.
I don't
Um,
know if it's a good sign, honestly, because she was saying all the good things and all the correct things, like AI bad, this and that. We have to do back for the gamers. We need to make everything for our core consumers. She's saying all the right things, too much so. And then making this change is like, yeah, it's a good, I don't know, it's like a peace offering. But I feel like this is a sign of like, I did this thing, like me now, and then
yeah,
nothing else is gonna happen.
I do have the feeling that she is brought in for what I like to call a fire sale.
Mm-hmm.
It's like either you fix it or we're done.
Yeah.
Um, they give me, and I'm sure I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. They do give me that Sega vibes.
Yeah.
When they were rolling with the Genesis, and they added the Sega CD and the 32X to keep their longevity on the Sega Genesis. Um, but when they came out with the Sega Saturn, it didn't do very well. The Dreamcast didn't do very well, and I think that was the nail on the coffin of like, we're just gonna do games.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, I think they've done some really good choices with games. Uh, Speaking of some ones that are just that I think would never have come over if they were doing consoles, like Yakuza. I don't feel like would have been ones over here if they were still doing consoles as well. But I don't know. I don't know. It's a weird thing to see like Microsoft and Xbox, who were like up there, right? They're number 3 or 4 on sold consoles. I think it's like Sony is number one. I feel like Switch 2 is maybe number 2. And I don't think they're number 3. I think it's like Switch. Like,
Yeah, I'm not sure. Xbox never gives numbers on how many units they sell anymore. Because they just don't care. So you normally have to like guess. But Xbox was steadily growing, and then the Series S and X did okay, I feel, but then yeah, because of the price upgrade or the price increases and all that, like it happened twice to Xbox even.
Yeah.
Like yeah, that definitely affects them for sure. But then we also have to, like, yeah, we can complain about Xbox and all that, but we also have to, we need to complain about Microsoft. I guess that's what because Xbox is trying its best generally. It's trying to do what it can. Microsoft is a parent company. Microsoft is the thing that is um, pushing things, pushing the agendas, trying to be profitable. All Microsoft cares about is being profitable. Xbox
Right.
cares about its consumers more or less. So you just have to understand that, like, there's that, but then also other things have had price increases too. So we can't just say like, oh, Microsoft had a price increase. Sony had it recently with the PlayStation 5s are now more expensive. Sure, they like waited a long while, but yeah, now they are more expensive. Or like when the PS5 Pro came out, that thing's super expensive.
Yeah.
And now it's even more expensive. So like we're getting to the point now, and I don't know if things will ever decrease ever again. But we're getting to the point now where game consoles and stuff are just over $600, $500, $600 or so, and that's just the norm. And so I'm fully expecting a PS6 or whatever the new Xbox, I forget what it's called, the Helix or whatever. That's probably gonna be like a $800, $1,000 thing.
I mean, it, the way they described it, it's very PC-ish,
Yeah,
and they've used the words premium product.
yeah.
So, I at that point, yeah, and even the new PlayStation when it comes out, I feel like it's going to be $1,000, $800 to $1,000, um, which makes it difficult for families to just go out and buy one. Um, so I don't know. I don't know. It's going to be a weird thing to see, and I do agree with you on Microsoft's fault, um, which is crazy because I feel like when the 360 came out, because they were priced right and Sony wasn't, they were on top of the world, man. They were like at their peak. I would say that's when they were at their peak. And when they came out with the Xbox One and they did their press conference, like, oh, you can't use used discs and you can't rent games or whatever. It has to be brand new. It- you
How
know,
how many how many families are actually playing consoles?
that's a good question. Um,
Because I feel like people like us who are just already in the ecosystem or older children, teenagers, maybe, but a lot of people are using their smartphones, they're using their tablets, they're using their horrible laptops and computers and all that.
yeah,
Like they're all playing Roblox, they're all playing Call of Duty, they're playing Fortnite. Like a lot of these people don't need consoles to do that. So like how many yeah, you talked about like yeah, families can't buy this, but what family is actually buying a PlayStation 5?
I mean that's a good thing. Like I knew people this last Christmas that bought PS5s. They weren't as expensive. Places like Costco and Sam's had really good deals on bundles. Um, but yeah, it's not like a normal family is going to be like, hey, we're going to go out and buy this. There was that little box thing that came out last year that was pretty
Mm-hmm.
popular, and it was the good price point. You know, um, I don't know. It is scary to think about because we are in that ecosystem. But like, I don't know that I would go and spend $1,000 on a brand new console.
Yeah.
You know, um, my PC that I just bought a month or so ago. I mean, if Sony was like, "Hey, here's our new console, it's $1,000," I'm good because I think my PC is pretty good. So,
It just depends
it,
on if you want those exclusives because it sounds like Sony isn't going back to having their games on PC anymore. So like
yeah,
there's that. Like if you're wanting to play Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, like you're going to have to cough up the money and play on a PS6 potentially. Granted, it's probably going to be a cross generation thing, but like, yeah, you're
Yeah.
probably going to have to pay money to be in the ecosystem again. Things are going to be exclusive again.
And see, I'm one of those people that I'll just wait, you know. Um, if it wasn't for us talking about the Switch 2, I don't know that I would buy one when I bought one. Um, now, I bought one at a good time. I had some money saved, and I went in with I resell, so I had a bunch of product I knew they wanted that I had no money into. I used some of that as well, but I still walked out with a brand new Switch 2. Um, do I use it very often? No, but I feel like it is on the verge of being the next one to go up in price, and then I'm priced out of it.
And that's the thing
Um,
that you just said though. You're like, I'll just wait, but you can't do that anymore. You can't just wait because things are. If you wait, the product is just going to be more expensive. So like,
yeah,
you kind of have to weigh your options and gut check and just be like, do I want this thing? Yes or no? If yes, I need to find the money in X amount of days so I can just get this. Like there's many people who got a Switch 2 because they were concerned about tariffs and they're like, I'm going to use this eventually. I might as well get this now. I won't play any of the
right.
games out right now, but I want it now.
I mean, I own 3 games for my Switch 2 right now. I own,
More than most
um,
people.
yeah, I own the Star Wars Outlaw. I own Persona, the one remake that was on there,
Mm-hmm.
and then I just bought the new Resident Evil for my son
Mm-hmm.
because he got the 3 pack. Um, and then I do want Pragmata.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Pragmata? Pragmata?
Pragmata.
Pragmata. I did a demo on my PC. I'm like, oh gosh, I really like this. Um, but like, is there anything that I have to go out and get right now? No. But I'm the same way of what you said of I want to get it now because I think down the road there'll be stuff I want that I can't get because the console's too expensive or or stuff I want to play on there. But when it comes to these services though, everything's gone up in price. We've had a price increase in the Sony PlayStation Plus. We've had a price increase on this. The only thing that's really not gone up in price is the Nintendo Online. Um, and I was listening to Kind of Funny, and Greg said, I still think that is the best value in any of these right now.
Because you can buy it
Uh,
yearly.
yeah. And I like, we, I did not renew my PlayStation Plus when it expired in February. What I did is if there's a month that we want to use it, we pay for that month and then that's it. Or we buy gift cards and throw it on there, you know. I have a Sony Visa, and so, or I think it's MasterCard, it's one of them, but I earn points
Mm.
and I can use those points to buy gift cards. So a lot of times what I've been doing is I've been buying, I have, I use it for gas and I pay it off. I'll use those points and buy a couple gift cards. Well, there you go. There's the PlayStation Plus for a couple months.
Yeah.
But like, I think it's like what, $79.99 for a yearly for the family and the plus. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've got more hours on that Wario for GameCube than I do on like an actual Switch 2 game.
Yeah.
I think I'm almost done with it.
It's so
I've
good.
already done like, yeah, it's very good. Um, but like, I think that's the other thing we gotta figure out is like these yearly and monthly things that we do, we gotta come up with a good price.
Yeah.
To do it like for the Switch, or for PlayStation Plus, the price is better if you do it all year. Um, but Xbox doesn't have that offer. Like this is your monthly.
Yeah.
There's no discount for doing a year. As where Nintendo's like, hey, these are for either 3 months or it's for a year.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like they're gonna have to come up with a better strategy than just dropping these prices. Um, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting in the next year or so what happens. My biggest fear is they push this Helix out really, really quick because they're needing like something and it's not up to expectations of what people want,
Mm-hmm.
or it's going to be too expensive. Um, That's my only fear is that it, I mean, with her in charge now, she's getting a lot of pressure from Microsoft of like, you need to fix all this. And a new console makes that there, but you can't rush a new console.
No.
You can't. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with them. Um, you know, I love having competition because then this is what it is. But like, here's the thing: Halo's coming out this year. Combat Involved is coming out on PS5,
Mm-hmm.
and the rumor is it's going to come out on Switch too.
We'll see.
I mean, Forza's coming out on PS5, and what was the other one? Oh, like Fable. Isn't Fable coming out on multiple consoles?
I don't think they said that.
They need to keep a couple for themselves because Sony is.
Mm.
But yeah, it's just a weird time for them. And yeah, this price decrease is good. I don't think it's gonna do. I hope they don't think it's like, up the price dropped by this many dollars. I'm gonna buy it now,
Yeah.
right? I don't think that's gonna happen.
I think for PC it might. The PC
That's
is cheap enough.
yeah. I feel like that is that one's a good price. For me, no, it's not enough because I'm like the same function as you. I'll A lot of the games I want to play, I just add them to my wish list on Steam, and when they're on really cheap or go on sale, that's where I buy them.
Mm-hmm.
I think I bought more games on Steam than I have on Xbox in a long time.
Yeah.
Um, the problem with Steam is I'm like, ooh, look, it's on sale for $5. I got to buy it. Like I bought a game and I didn't do my research on it. It was like $1.99. And I was like, this is gonna be great. It's a role playing game in space. It's like very 90s. No, it's like a point and click. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now I own a point and click, and I'm like, I'm not a fan of point and click. Like the first thing you're stuck in a pod, and it's like, what do you want to do? Move. Oh, I can't move right now. I'm like, all right, I'm already frustrated.
Like you
I'll go
bought
back to something else.
what is that? It's not Space Ace.
I don't know. I can tell you exactly what it was
No, but like what's the Sierra one?
that I bought.
No, 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 no. Like you know how like there's King's Quest? What's
Oh
the
yeah.
space one?
Ooh, I don't know. I
S-
can't think of the name of it right
The
now.
space Sierra.
This one is Omega 6 and the
Space Quest. Okay.
Omega 6 and the Triangle Stars. And the only reason why is because Limited Run was like selling it, and they're like, get it now because it's almost time to be done. And I was like, I wonder if they sell this on Steam. That's my big thing now is if it's on Limited Run, I check and see if it's on Steam first. And Steam was like, it was
Oh,
39.
is this the one that
What?
the Star Fox guy worked on?
I think so.
I think this is the one that the Star Fox guy worked on because it's kind of like Star Fox ish, but yeah, art director is Takaya Imamura. So like the guy who drew Star Fox
Okay.
is the guy who did the art for the game that you bought.
At least I'm only out $1.99.
That's pretty good.
And maybe I'll go back to it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
I
on
have
regular
I
Switch
do
too.
I own the first Goosebumps game, and it is a point and click. And you
Yeah,
have to like, but this one's like move, and it has all the different things here. I guess that's why I didn't. But like, I thought it's very much a traditional role playing,
yeah.
which I'm not really into.
When are you
Sorry.
gonna? I know this isn't point and click. It's essentially go play some Grim Fandango. I love that game.
Um, it's funny you should say that. It When you are buying things on Steam, it gives you ideas like, oh, you should buy this, you should buy this. That's one of the ones that was on there.
I love that game so much. You're gonna need a guide for that game in order to play it, but like the story and the cutscenes, like it's old LucasArts, and the acting is so good in that game.
It's like I saw someone playing Sam and Max the other day,
Yeah,
and I was like, "Ooh, I kind of want to do this," but I'm like,
or like
I
Strong
just don't.
Bad
Yeah,
or Walking Dead. No, it's all same kind of stuff.
I never got into the Telltale games. I owned the Batman Telltale, and it had
Yeah.
like all of the Batman chapters, and I was like, I'm just not really into this. Um,
The later Sam and Max are Telltale games. Um and then yeah, the Strong Bad game's a Telltale game, but it plays more like Lucasfilms, I would say.
I mean, we could do if you ever want to do an episode of, hey, what did I buy that I wish I would not have bought off Steam? I've got a good amount of games that I bought where I'm like, I own Skull Island: Rise of Kong.
Oh, that's great.
Do you know how much I paid for it?
Probably like
I think I paid
99
like a
cents.
dollar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I paid like a dollar. Um, but then I have like such great ones like Sleeping Dogs Definitive Collection, which is a funny thing because I've bought this game so many times. Um, what else is on here? Some of these are my son's game. Um, I bought the two Watchman games.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were like on clearance.
Hmm.
I bought the werewolf game, the Werewolf the Apocalypse. Yep, about that. Oh god,
Sounds
there's
like
so
you
many
need an
games.
intervention for Steam.
The problem is I make a watch list, or and I'm like, if it goes to like a certain price, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll do it. Like I have Duke Nukem Forever on my watch list. Don't know why. I never really finished it. But then I got like good stuff like Street Fighter 6 and Ninja 5 which was a Game Boy Advance game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I just got ones. I'm like Jujutsu Kaisen. Why would I buy that?
Why
It's on
would you
my
buy
list.
that?
I know it's not very good. I even have Starfield on here.
Yeah.
I didn't buy it yet. It's like a watch list thing. But one you'd be very proud of is Dot Hack, the last Recode. I played a little bit of it. I don't know where my Switch game went. I owned it on PS4.
Yeah.
I don't know where it went to, so I'm like, if I'm gonna play it, I'd rather play it on here.
Yeah.
Um, I even have that Alone of the Dark game that David Harbour did.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah, my watch list is pretty crazy of like ones I'm like, oh, geez, Ben, why? And
Yeah.
and you know what? I may buy some of these ones.
Maybe.
Who knows? One of them I heard on Kind of Funny. It's called Cursed Blood. So get this, it's like a world where it's like Planet of the Apes, but it's like a top-down like rogue thing where
Mm.
you're fighting other people, but they're like samurai like monkeys.
Huh.
And like very detailed stuff of like not like a fun game.
Mm-hmm.
Would I ever play it? Probably not. It's only $14.99.
Maybe someday.
There's all these ones in here that I just don't think I should have in here. Now, I have the Persona 4 like remake.
Mm.
I will probably buy that physical when it comes out. Um, and I'll play it again.
Yeah. Kids are really good.
I don't know why I can't finish the 5, but
It's not as good. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Persona 5 is not as good as 4. The characters aren't as good. The story isn't as good. Um, I think it's also just a thing again. Like I don't know. Might get hate for this. I don't know. We're older, and Persona 5 is really fighting against the man, fighting against adults. Adults are lame. We're not that age. We're not angsty. Like yes, we can see corruption. We can see all this stuff, but like we're not that anymore. So I think that's why it just doesn't connect to us as well. I played Persona 5, the base one, when it came out. I enjoyed it enough. I'm not going to say it's a bad game. It's not a bad game, but the other personas are just much greater because their stories and their characters are just better.
did you finish 5?
I finished a regular 5. I never finished the whatever you call it, the Royal version. I have Royal for PS5 and PS4,
Right.
but I got to a certain part and I was just like, I played this too recently, so I just didn't touch it. Maybe someday. I have a
Yeah.
PS5 copy now, so maybe someday I'll go back to it, but I don't know. I just don't care.
I think for me, I played it. I don't remember when I started it, um, but I think for me, it was like, yeah, it's a lot of the same stuff from the other Persona games, but like I'm not invested into the characters like I was in 4. And we've talked about this before of like you really got to be invested in the characters, right? Or it just is not something you want to get into. Um so yeah, it's kind of a weird thing with that.
Yeah.
But and we could probably talk about Persona all night long.
Yeah.
We probably could. Um we could probably do a whole episode of hey, what's on Ben's wish list that is probably needs to come off. I have 59 items on my wish list.
It's too many.
It is because I'll never buy them all and I'll never play them all.
No, you definitely
So,
won't.
well, another great episode here. If you like what you've heard or you're new here, please hit that follow button wherever you get your podcast from, whether it's iTunes, whether it's Spotify, Amazon Music, wherever you get to hit that follow button. And definitely check out our YouTube because we do a video version of these on the same week they come out. We are a bi-weekly nerdy podcast, talk about whatever we really want to talk about. This one here, yeah, we got a bunch of great things we talked about, and yeah. So, Alex, do you have anything else to say?
Just get at it.
Get at it.